I saw this morning that I had a heifer that looked like she was maybe starting to go into labor. She still doesn't have the calf out. The legs are out. I think she's having trouble. Oh, mama, you in trouble. Everything's looking good. I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna leave because they're doing everything that would be normal had she delivered on her own. Rather than lock them up, I'm just gonna kind of poke out of here sort of quietly and try to not disturb them. I'll come back in a couple of hours. Calf does sort of seem to be making some attempts to stand up, but he's not been able to do it. So I'm just gonna make a little attempt here to try to help him stand up, and just kind of see what happens. We'll let him go overnight, and I know roughly where he's laying now. If I come back here in the morning, he's in the exact same spot, then I'll know that we need to do something. It's the next day after pulling my calf. I went around and was checking animals this morning, and the calf was still kind of in the same spot that it was when I pulled it. So I'm pretty sure that it's not nursed, and that's a problem because we need to get some colostrum in his belly. So I think it is time for me to step in and see if I can help out. I've got my bottle. We're gonna catch the calf and the mom, get them up in the corral and try to milk the mother out into this bottle and see if we can just get something in the calf's belly, and hopefully he'll start feeling a little bit better. Too good, I gotta tell you right now. Hopefully we can do something about that. The calf is laying here in the same spot that I left him last night, so I'm pretty sure that he hasn't gotten up on his feet, and I know that he hasn't nursed. So what I'm gonna try to do is hold him on my lap while I drive the side-by-side up to the working corral, because I need to get mother up there, because we were lucky enough that she let me pull the calf without putting her in the chute, but there is no way she's gonna let me milk her. These cows are not that tame. So I need to get them up there where I can get her good colostrum milk out into the bottle, and hopefully we can get some of that into this calf. The other thing to consider is, you know, riding on my lap like this, probably a little stressful for this guy. So I don't want to mess around trying to get mother to come too much. I think it'd be better just get this guy up into the working corral where we're going to do this and let him rest for a little while. Just try to handle him as little as possible. Big buff, buddy. Ugh. Hang in there. Get your legs situated here. Okay. I'll go getting any ideas now. They're not teeny tiny, are you? gonna go get your mama, okay? Hang in there, buddy. So the fact that he laid there on the seat pretty good, didn't really fight, is convenient for me, but it's not a good sign. If a calf was feeling healthy and normal, I've done this before, and they squirm and kick and do all that while I'm riding them out on the side-by-side. So this calf is certainly weak. I don't know, guy. I don't know how this is gonna go, but we're just gonna do the best that we can do for him and hope that it turns out good. Still out in the field. So if all the cows go up, she's a little bit more likely to go with them. If I was just trying to take her by herself, it'd be a lot harder, because not only does she not want to leave the herd, but she also thinks that she's leaving her calf. See, now we got a big pile of them going. That's going to help us. We really don't need them all to go, but it does help. Turn. There you go. Okay, come on, girl. Yeah, we don't want you. You can go. We just want you. Hey. Come on, honey. I know. Get up in there. Get up in there. Thank you. Yeah, your baby is not looking good. So we need to get this show on the road here. Go on. Baby, I need you to stick with me. Okay, that calf is looking really bad, so we need to get this going. Big of an opening, huh? Do I need to squeeze you tighter? Because I can. Help breathing. Your eyes are open, but I don't know, man. I think you're gone. Give up on me, buddy. Well, things are not going the way that I would have hoped. I think the calf is kind of moving backwards. To look at the way he's sprawled out on the ground there, I think I'm kind of torn whether or not to keep trying to feed him or to just put a bullet in his head and put him out of his misery. Because I give him about a 1% chance of making it at this point. Maybe I should have tried to get him in last night, but I thought that last night he looked, you know, not too bad. And usually you have about 24 hours to get colostrum in them. They don't go downhill this fast. So that tells me that he, I mean, was just kind of doomed from the get-go. I don't know that there's anything we could have done, but I guess I owe it to him to keep trying and see if, you know, we'll just keep trying until we run out of milk or he dies or what. My camera battery died on me there, and I couldn't ever actually get him to nurse properly, but what I was able to do was sort of like spill some through the vent in the bottle and get it in his mouth, and when I got a little bit in there, I just pull the bottle out, and if I held his mouth closed, and he would swallow. So he got a little bit that way. My gut tells me to just kind of leave him alone now, because, you know, every time I fool with him, yeah, I'm getting some milk in there, which is obviously good, but there is such a thing as giving him too much, and if I just continue to try and try, at some point that effort becomes detrimental. So because things, I mean, it's starting to feel like a lost cause at this point. He can't hold his head up. He's holding his mouth open a little bit. When you touch his eyelashes, his blink reflex is not great. He does blink, but it's not like he should. So I think he's on his way out. I'm choosing not to euthanize him because I did get some colostrum in there, and there is that small chance that he could turn around. I don't think that's going to happen, but I think that I will at least give him the chance. So I'm going to let Mother out of the squeeze chute so that she can, you know, lick him and be a mom and hopefully give him some level of comfort here. And we'll just, you know, it's kind of out of my hands now. I've done everything that I can do, and whatever else is going to happen is going to happen. So we just got to let it. I know, and you've been so patient. I appreciate that. I'm sorry that this worked out the way it did, but I'll let you out of here. Well, I'm not going to get my hopes up, certainly, but the fact that the calf is actually laying there with his head up is actually a pretty good sign. See, when an animal is about to die, they will stretch out on their side, and you know, their head will be on the ground. Obviously, everything is just relaxed. The reason that is because when all of your muscles relax and you're a four-legged animal, that's the position that you end up in. The fact that he has enough strength to lift his head and hold it shows that he's got some strength. So like I said, I think we're probably a little too far gone, and I'm not going to get my hopes up, but I mean, I don't know, it's something to hang on to, I guess. We started with about a pint or a quart, and we're a little below half now. Now I realize that a lot of that ended up in the dirt and on my pants, but we certainly got some in there. I'll be back in a couple hours to check on this guy, and I'm gonna save this colostrum that I milked out of Mom, just in case he is still alive in a couple hours. I'll try to give him some more, and we'll just keep doing this until, you know, whatever happens. So looking at him now, though, I think when I come back he'll be gone. Well guys, unfortunately this story does not have a happy ending. I came back a couple hours later to check on the calf, and he was gone. In total, this calf lived for about 16 hours. Looking back on it now, I honestly think that, you know, I just got to him too late when I pulled him, and the writing was already on the wall. Whenever something like this happens, you know, you kind of look back and think about what you could have done differently to possibly get a better outcome. Now I'm thinking that, yeah, I probably should have got the calf in a little bit sooner. But after the pull, I thought he was doing okay. I didn't think that we had so little time. Maybe it wouldn't have made any difference, but I guess all I can really say is that at the time, with the information that I had, I thought I was making the right decision. If there's anything positive that I can take away from this, I guess it is that I was at least able to save the mother. By the time this was all over, she showed a lot of good maternal instinct, and she's a super gentle cow. So even though things didn't work out the way that I wanted for her this year, I have high hopes for her next year. I did also kind of want to take a minute to address some of the comments that I got on the last video. A lot of people were wanting an update, and the reason that I didn't want to tell you guys in the comments is because I wanted to tell this story with the video. If I just put it out in a community post, then I know that most people don't see those. So I didn't think that that was a really good way to do this. Sorry that I made you guys wait so long for the conclusion. Now having seen it, you're probably wishing that I would have made you wait a little bit longer. Losing animals is by far the hardest part of raising livestock. And it doesn't always matter how hard you work or how bad you want to save them. Sometimes there's just nothing that you can do. And that's a really hard thing to accept. But unfortunately, it's just a reality that you're going to face if you do something like this. The best thing that I can take away from this is to just try to learn from what happened, and hopefully that knowledge will serve me well in the future. Thanks for hanging out with me today, guys, and I hope I'll see you again on Farmer Tyler Ranch.